Hello everyone and happy Halloween for those who celebrate. Today is our annual Paris Halloween meetup that I throw every year. Halloween is not a big thing in France, and so for the last 4 years I've been organizing these picnics for my Patreon members, and it's really fun because I just love hanging out with people who have followed my journey online and then becoming real friends, and it's just like a very wholesome day together. And to be honest, I've had a little bit of a rough few weeks. Haven't been feeling my best, a lot of highs and lows, and so I feel like I really need this day. So I'm very excited about it. I feel like fantasy is a really good way to get into like high spirits and good feeling mood, you know, like fantasy, romance, dressing up. And yeah, I'll get more into detail about that in the rest of the video later in the vlog, I think. But today I just want to focus on the festivities and having fun. But yeah, to be honest, I'm not in like the most social mood today, but you know, the show must go on. Also, you know, that's something as well about doing this job, is that like no matter what's going on in your life, you show up every week, you share your life, your journey, and you know, sometimes we go through obstacles, we go through heartbreak, job changes. And the most important thing, I think, is to just be yourself and remember that true connection can only be forged through sincerity and vulnerability. And that's beautiful. Like, I don't want to see people just doing great all the time. I also want to see how people overcome adversity. But yeah, this month I went through a breakup, which is hard, and then I got rejected from an art studio that I really wanted. However, there's been some really positive things too. For example, I'm working on this book for the last year and a half, and I got one of the last proofs in the mail, and it's starting to look really good. And it's so funny because I started writing the book at a time where I wasn't doing so well, and every day I'd write a poem for a whole year just to bring myself up, and no matter what circumstance I was going through. And so it's so interesting now being in a similar place of, yeah, like challenging feelings, and getting to reread the poems I wrote and then bringing me up. And so that's why I really wanted to make it into a book, is because I know that it helped me so much, and it's the gift I've given to me. So I want to give it to others as well. So yeah, I think that's why it's so important when you're making art to make it for yourself first. Like, make the stuff that you wish existed in the world. Yeah, we're gonna have fun today. We're gonna be the cutest witch ever. We're going to make so many fun memories, and I'm excited to take you guys along with me. I am very happy to say that this video is sponsored by Skillshare, because if you guys have been following along, I used their classes so much in the making of my book because I wanted to read as like an intimate art journal. And so I'm scanning everything in, sort of like a zine. So if you guys don't know, Skillshare is the largest online learning platform for creatives. They have thousands of classes on there, from painting to video production to even if you wanted to start a YouTube channel. They have classes on there that you can check out, and they also have these really cool learning paths so you can follow your progress over time with really amazing teachers and fellow students. And what I think is really cool is I, you know, started taking their classes around 2 years ago. And whatever project I'm currently working on, I can find a class that will sort of accompany me through that project. For example, a few years ago, I was just learning about music production, and so I was taking those classes at the time. And so it's really cool that it can kind of be like your learning buddy for all of your creative, artistic endeavors. It's just really empowering because it doesn't keep you in a box, and it actually encourages you to expand. So if you would like to check out Skillshare, I would highly recommend it and have a little bit more fun with your creativity. And they're actually offering the first 500 people to use my link down below a 1-month free trial, or you can scan this QR code. Thank you so much to Skillshare. All right, we're about ready. I already did my shopping for the picnic. Just missing my hat. No, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have so much fun, girl. I feel like it's too small for my head. Wait, what time is it? You know what I learned from Tony Robbins is he said that, for example, if you want to feel in a better mood, don't just say like, I'm so happy. You have to like do something physically while you're saying it, like, I'm so happy, or I love my life, and it will, your body moving will sort of believe it more. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna have so much fun today. Okay, this is the final makeup look, and it didn't rain. Oh my god, we're so blessed. We're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna have so much fun.
Put it together on the metro. I got these cards from Monoprix.
Oh my god,
and
cute.
the tights and the scarf from Kila Shop. They're really cheap.
What's up?
Quel dommage.
No.
Yeah. You can say it's like Barcelona. Okay, it's just like Barcelona.
We're teaching English as a foreign language to high school students or middle school, or indeed elementary.
And they give you an apartment for free?
No.
Oh.
You have to grovel and find your own apartment.
Yeah.
Well, I teach actually at a school that offers housing to students. Amazing, because it's outside of Paris. Exactly, and so they do have housing for employees, and so I did get employee housing. It was not free, but they did give it to me for free. Double advocate, and it's below minimum wage. So
So is that like the low point of it?
yeah, and you got to do everything.
And what's the high point of the job?
You get to be moving to Paris.
Yeah.
Legally, they give you a visa. They give
And
you
it's
work
until
visa.
May.
Exactly.
You did it too?
Part-time.
I
So
did do
obviously, like, yeah, I did it a few years ago as part-time, so that you have more free time. But yeah, the pay is not so great. So obviously, living in Paris, like, it's a bit of you do struggle.
So
You have to find like a cheap rent if you.
there was no toilet paper in the toilet.
To be followed from Palace, you know.
You know what I like about you, Megan, is your passion. You're very passionate.
I think this is a beautiful city. And even if you don't fucking come to Paris, like, fucking learn something different. I was like, let me learn French. And I came here and I fell in love. And I think that it's a beautiful place. I mean, like, what other place can you be on a fucking Saturday? And you're here talking. And the lights are so beautiful.
Strange to feel better, but also feel sad. These things are universal, and that's one of the most beautiful things about heartbreak, is it really thrusts you into like a whole new reality, especially because like when one door closes, like energetically something else has to open up completely, and in a way it kind of seems like a failure in a sense, and there is like that residual grief and sadness. So, but the beauty of being an artist is you can always turn that into inspiration. And I always say that like the best way to get over a heartbreak is to focus in on an area of your life that you really want to progress upon. And that saved me during like one of the worst times in my life. And so I'm just gonna like really try and focus on an area that I want to improve upon, because that's how you regain a sense of self and confidence and self-trust. My Google Maps took me to the highway. I'm like riding my bike on the highway. Woo! Is this illegal? Yay, a bike lane. My friend Anna surprised me with this bouquet of flowers. She's like, go downstairs, there's a surprise for you. I just thought that was so sweet and unexpected. I love you, Anna. I'm grateful for friendship. I wrote out little things for October, what I want to focus on. And the number one thing is feeling good, because when we feel good, it affects every area of our life. So whether that is creating first thing in the morning, playing my guitar, or listening to affirmations, or journaling, I just want to keep being happy. And even when people say, how are you? I always am like, I'm happy, because my thoughts are creating my reality. How to romanticize your life. Open all the windows. Wear theatrical makeup and dresses to go nowhere at all. Paint until 1 p.m. and drink endless cups of coffee from a chipped cup. See your mistakes as sort of funny. Of course, the main character needs a few missteps to move the plot along, and God is a comedy writer after all. Remember, audacity trumps talent. You've done enough research, and now it's time to take imperfect, chaotic, messy, joyous action. Do not forget who you are. Do not abandon yourself for other people. Have your favorite cafe where you meet colorful characters and the waiters know you by name. You can have a few vices, but may they bring you true joy. Wake up every day, and instead of doing what you should do, ask yourself, what sounds fun to me today? What lights my soul on fire? Passionate people are beautiful people. Fun is the way to your destiny. Above all, know you are never alone. Above even this, know you are so loved.